Brush.
Chef
Weird.
Mickey's.
Remember, she's on AOL. It takes a little bit to get
Yeah, that's fine.
No,
Show up. Okay, whatever.
Do you know it's at the Contemporary?
Yeah,
That would be why.
Oh my God.
It's that A-framed hotel that you can see. It's kind of by Tomorrowland.
It's only been there for a little bit. So.
Yeah,
what is wrong with me?
What is?
It is one of the newer hotels.
It is. It's newer. Yeah.
Right after Art of Animation, they built that.
I'm looking at the Magic Kingdom going, where is it? I don't see it. What? Duh, idiot. You're not looking at the right
restaurant.
place.
Tomorrowland. It's God. Whoever made this website, they're terrible. They don't even know where Chef Mickey's is.
Oh my God, that was a dumb moment for me. Jeez. Wow. Good job.
So everybody that is here early for the pre-show, welcome. Happy Monday.
Welcome. Enjoy the dumbness on my behalf. It's fine.
Let's drop some knowledge on you. We're going to talk about this real quick on the show, but sweet pancakes now being offered on December 16th at Chef
Heck
Mickey's.
yeah, we're in.
I know.
Yes, and I want those, and I want the cheesy potatoes in my belly.
Yes,
cheesy potatoes. What was the
Are
other
they
place?
Wait. The cheesy potatoes look like they're served with a side of potatoes.
That's like Mallory will get like for two sides. You get like hash browns and like potatoes or like fries. You know.
Oh my gosh. It seriously looks like it's a side of potatoes. I don't understand.
I think the color's off on they're too orange. Like
I think that's not the potato. That's not the hash browns.
Is that like pumpkin or something?
I don't know what that is. That's not the hash browns. The hash brown. It looks like the hash browns are behind it, and then there's. Oh, it's not hash browns. It's just casserole. Maybe it's just like mashed potatoes.
Maybe it's just like it looks like a little cheese thing.
And that's a little cheese Mickey.
That's a little cheese Mickey.
Hey, Jennifer.
But it looks like it's mashed potatoes. That's not a casserole. Mashed potatoes is not casserole. Just throwing that out there.
Chunks. Hey, Jennifer, I was a Spartan, by the way, at MOBAP. So go Spartans.
Grilled banana bread, French toast.
I'm
wouldn't
in.
be bad either.
I'm in on that.
Say these things.
That would kill me. I'm allergic to bananas. Again, Disney's trying to kill me.
Let's kill Mike.
Between Chef Mickey's and Conan, they're trying to get rid of.
Why are you doing an orange scented French toast batter? Why? With banana bread. That does not fit. No. Banana bread.
It's like it's all taste, but it doesn't start till December 16th. It should be
oranges don't go together with banana bread.
Cinnamon?
Yeah.
I'm so hungry right now.
I know.
Yeah, I know. And we're going to be doing a show on food again.
I know. I have to make pork chops.
Hang on.
I was just looking at some Slinky Dog pictures.
I love Slinky.
I do love that.
I know. It's actually one of my favorite attractions.
Maybe I'll get to ride it on Friday. We'll see.
Here's the thing. Eat those pancakes and the French toast and the casserole, and then go through those humps on Slinky Dog on it.
I'll be fine. Yeah, it'll be fine.
Just stir it all up. Oof.
Yes, it'll be fine.
Oh, she's going to the hospital. I was born at that hospital. Okay, so I got all MOBAP stories today. I was born at Missouri Baptist, and I went to Missouri Baptist College. There you go. And she went to Michigan State. Go white, go green. I don't know how that works because of Scott. That's where he lives. All right, let's do this. Let's pretend like we're not a podcast. Here we go. Oh, I got a fun tip for the top of the show.
Let's pretend like we're not a podcast. I think we do that every day.
I said, let's do the podcast. Oh yeah. Last night
you just said, let's pretend we're not a podcast, by the way.
I had to take my migraine medicine like 2 hours ago. My whole body hurts. I don't have a headache anymore, but when I take this medicine, for one, my voice goes out and perfectly said, and I've had to take it on Monday nights 3 times since I've had it. Like it makes your whole body hurt. So give me some mercy. I can barely seriously get up and go across the basement.
Oh.
Like
what else were you gonna say?
We're gonna do the podcast.
Oh no, I thought you were gonna say something else.
I was, and I forgot. Oh, last night that guy that kept calling in and trying, and I had to keep hanging up on. Well, I had to do it once, but yeah, I'm glad we're not taking calls tonight.
Yeah,
it's like confessions from a crazy person. So glad they're gone.
Yes.
Let's do the show with calls. We'll do it Sunday night. Okay, chop. Here we go. You got questions? Put them in the chat. We need questions. Because I have about 4 queued up, but you'll be on. All right, here we go.
It's because we have weeks where we answer like 20 million.
I know. Well, no, we have questions in the inbox, but I like them like fresh. Look at that,
She's
Joe.
fresh.
Born at Mobap and going to Mobap. Yes, there you go. Perfect. Okay, here we go. Welcome to episode 1776 of the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Rallman from BeOurGuestPodcast.com and one of the senior agents over at the Magic for Less Travel. Happy Wednesday to you. Hope you're doing well and hope you're having a great week. Here in the Midwest, we're having some amazing weather, actually a little Indian summer coming back. After Monday morning, when I went out for my run, it was 33 degrees. What? I had to bust out the old winter gear. I'm like, this is too soon. So I hope you're having a great weather wherever you are in the world, even if you're down in Australia. Happy, what would that be? Spring, almost summer. Lucky you guys. And we're just hanging in there. We're having fun talking Disney. So we are going to answer your listener questions as we do each and every Wednesday. So joining me today from the mouseforless.com. Look at that. I paused. I thought, and I got it right for once. We have Ricky. Ricky, happy Wednesday. How you doing?
You did pause, you did think, and you did get it correct. So good job, Mike. I'm proud of you.
Okay. Fun fact. You want a fun fact?
Let's go.
Do you ever eat Subway?
Are you talking about the fact that their bread is not bread and it's really sugar?
No, their bread is actually cake because a court in Ireland earlier this week, they ruled that because they have over 10% of the material used to make their bread is sugar.
Yes.
It is actually cake and not bread. And now I know Mallory always wants to have Subway. I'm not a big Subway.
No, I'm not either. I really I don't like sandwiches, as we've, definitely said on this podcast.
That is so weird. How does somebody
many times? So I choose not to go to Subway very often. And when I do, I get a BLT. But yeah, no, I'm kind of out on the Subway at this moment, and it's because of things like that. Also, did you remember hearing back recently, but not that recently, that part of their bread was yoga mat or something like that? It was a very similar, not consistent.
Allegedly,
yes, yeah, not a similar consistency, but
Someone's gonna be like, excuse me.
No,
can you please stop talking about us?
I laid my fact down, but mine was fact. Now she's starting to do yoga mat stuff allegedly. Let's say that.
Allegedly.
The opinions expressed by Ricky are only Ricky's opinion.
I swear there was a news article about it. I'm not gonna.
Yes, I'm sure.
But
that makes it true nowadays. I'm just saying.
Back me up. I'm just saying. Hey, I have to say, some people did go and buy the Thanksgiving candy corn after I said not to, and I'm blaming you. I told you not to buy it, so.
I know, all of a sudden the Facebook page is I love the show. Been listening for quite a while, and you make my Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays a little bit better each morning. And you made me buy this horrible candy corn that tastes like Thanksgiving dinner. I'm never listening to the show again.
Yeah, exactly. There was an emoji. It looked like vomit. So I'm just saying, sorry. I did tell you all multiple people have told me that they've bought this now since I've talked about it and how disgusting it is. So if you go and buy the Thanksgiving candy corn, do not blame me for when it's disgusting and you are like, why did I spend money on that? So just a warning, it is gross. So if you're going to go buy it, don't blame me. It's not my fault.
What they say in Dare, just don't do it.
Don't do it.
Exactly. Say no. I'm a 15 time Dare graduate because when I taught 6th grade, it was always taught to my class, and I sat through every time.
There you go. Good job.
I don't do drugs. All right. Also joining us, we have the co-owner of the Magic for Less Travel, Pam Forrester. And Pam, real quick, before I find out how you are, breaking question in the chat. This is important because Suzanne is in Hollywood Studios right now, and she's hungry, and she's trying to decide whether to buy a carrot cake whoopie pie or the pumpkin tiramisu. And this is why you're here. It's why we pay you the big bucks to answer hard questions like this. Suzanne is waiting right now, right outside of Slinky Dog. What should she get? She has a name.
Pumpkin tiramisu.
Correct
For
answer.
many different reasons. First of all, because it's a seasonal offering,
Yes.
and embrace the pumpkin, my friends. I mean, don't fight against it. Just embrace it. Who cares if you're basic? We're all basic. I mean, things aren't like, people don't like stuff because everyone else likes them. They like them because they're good.
Correct.
So that's it. And I honestly, here's my personal unpopular opinion: carrot cake cookie, a little overrated. It is very heavy. It is very sweet. It's like the kind of thing that, like, you want a little bit of it, but it's this huge thing. And it's like, what do you do? Like, I took 2 bites and now I want to like have it later, but it's not really something that travels well. I'm listening to Ricky. Yeah, Mike, just mute her right now because we don't even want to hear this from her. No. Make sure we're editing this part out, so it'll be like, it doesn't travel well, right, Mike?
Right.
So,
You can put it in a purse.
no, you cannot. You cannot.
I've seen all kinds of wrong things travel with Ricky. So
Put it in your purse. I'm just saying.
To most people, it does not travel well. So, anyways, that's what I'm saying.
That picture, Pam, of me with the cupcake that had exploded in my purse, that came up on my Facebook timeline this week. So
yeah, that's why you don't put stuff like that in your purse.
one time out of
you have
all
a
the
mishap.
others. One
So,
time.
anyways, yeah, but I would go with the pumpkin tiramisu. Yes.
all right, let's get to the questions. Wade is here from Lincoln, Nebraska, thinking about renting a car, but with my annual pass expired and not renewed at this point, do resort guests get free parking at their parks? Ricky, give the good news.
Yay! You're good. Yeah. If you're staying on property, you get to park for free at the parks. So you're all good.
Like you're at the corner on Monopoly, free parking, baby.
That's
So I
right.
have a reservation. Well, you got to pay to park though at the hotel, so you got to remember
That's
that.
true. So you're technically paying to park anyway.
There's no free parking.
Yeah.
With the parks, you're good.
Yes.
Okay. Philip has a question, and that's kind of backwards, but I'm not going there. Now that I think about it and say it out loud, Philip's got a question. So we're looking at going on a trip on March 16th. Pop this up here so I can see the whole thing behind the button. Potentially a trip in September of 2021. And I'm planning for my first Run Disney Race Marathon Weekend 2022. With that being said, would an annual pass make sense? So, Philip, we're in fun times here in 2020 right now, as to where annual passes are not for sale currently. We do not. This is the question I get the most on social media. This is the question I get the most in the inbox. We'll get to that here in a second. When are they going to sell annual passes? When is Disney going to again sell annual passes? We just don't know. The only thing you can do at this point is to purchase a Magic Your Way ticket, because the reason you would do that right now is with the theme park reservation system in place, you have to have some kind of ticket media attached to your My Disney Experience account so that you can make those theme park reservations ASAP. So for example, I have a guest who's going down in November. This just happened a half hour before the show today. I was working with him. He's got an annual pass, but his wife's annual pass has expired. So what they're going to do is he's just going to use his annual pass. We purchased the Magic Your Way ticket for his wife, and immediately upon that purchase, he has the confirmation number. He just goes to his My Disney Experience account, types in the confirmation number. Quickly, it asks you who's going to get this ticket. You're going to give it to yourself, your wife, whoever's on the account. You sign it to the wife, and then immediately you make those theme park reservations and you're set. And you want to do that as soon as you can. I mean, there are dates, because of course you can do these all the way out through 2021 right now. And if you're going to random, 3 or 4 days in May of 2021, you're probably good for quite a while. But I say, why chance it? And a lot of people ask, can you change theme park reservations if I make them for early May right now? Can I go back and change them? Really? Well, you can't really modify them, but what you do is you cancel and rebook. And that's how you make those changes. So Pam, any other thoughts on that? I just always encourage my guests to get ticket media of some sort on there as soon as you can, because without that, you're kind of at the mercy, and you might not get in. I hate to say this, but you might not get in the studios at this point for the day you're looking for.
I agree. I mean, I think we're good into 2021, but you just never know. And I think what Disney is doing is, unfortunately, right now, it's really challenging. The annual passes are making it really challenging for them because it's really hard to know how many are going to show up today, right?
Mhm.
How many on any given day, especially when the resort reservation is not required to make the theme park reservation. So that's another thing that makes it challenging. I don't know what will happen in the future, and I think anyone that tells you they do is not really being truthful. Let's just say that. Well, there might be a couple people who know, but they probably aren't spilling it on social media. So if you're finding it on the interwebs or on social media, you can probably guess that it is just a guess. And we have lots of people who are willing to guess, but we're not one of them. So what we're going to tell you is we don't know. And as soon as we do know, we will let you all know. So just hold tight on the annual pass thing. Let's see what Disney kind of cooks up.
And Philip follows up with kind of a good, question. He says, can he determine, well, actually, this was his question. Can I wait to determine if I want to upgrade my March 16th 6-day? So he has a 6-day ticket on this March trip. Can I wait to see if I want to upgrade that to an annual pass during the trip? If so, does the start date count as the first day of that trip? Yes. So what's going to happen is your package is going to have tickets attached. So it looks like March 16th. So that ticket will be good. March 16th, if it's a 6-day ticket, I think he said, doesn't matter. You're going to have the 6 days plus 2 on the Magic Your Way ticket. So you get those 2 extra days on the end to use the 6 days. So that would be the beginning of your annual pass if you upgrade it. Now, here's the good thing. Here's the good news. Hopefully things are turning around by next spring. That's what we hope. And if things go back to normal, absolutely. If things go back to how they were in 2019, even early 2020 in January, you just take the value of that ticket during your stay, go to guest relations, upgrade to an annual pass, and you're golden. So you wouldn't be out. If things turn around, you can upgrade, then you're good for that Run Disney Trip Marathon weekend in September as well. So get the media on your reservation as soon as you can, just so you can make theme park reservations. I get nervous, even though I don't need to be nervous. I lose sleep for my guests who don't have tickets, and they're just like, I'll write it out a little bit on those, because then, if you have a resort reservation, chances are you're going to get in all 4 parks. That's just the honest to God truth. You're probably going to get in. But I mean, we don't know how the holidays are going to look this year. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're going like around, like Christmas. I mean, Pam, I get nervous about this. I mean, is that right? I mean, that's my job to get nervous for my guests. I want them to have a great trip.
You do get nervous, but I think at this point we really are okay. I don't want people thinking that. I think what's weird, what has changed maybe in the world of Disney travel, and maybe this will put some people's mind at ease, is that we are seeing guests book closer to their travel dates than ever before. And I think there's a lot of reasons for that. One of them is the uncertainty of travel, and you're not sure where you're going to be and whatnot. And I think the other thing is that people are starting to see people go there and come back, and things, and they're fine. They go there, they come back, they're fine. We have not seen any kind of, big COVID outbreak. I hate to even say these words.
I'm looking for wood all over this.
I know, right? But it's
right behind you. It's fine.
But it's true. But I will say, we have seen all these people go and have a great experience and come back. Now, I realize at different times, like on weekends or other times, the crowds are a little larger than they were before. But at the end of the day, people are still going and having a fantastic experience. And I think all of us would do that just to have a little normalcy, a little magic, a little something to look forward to. I think that so many of us, not that we don't appreciate and are grateful for our normal everyday lives, but you want something sort of special or extraordinary to look forward to. And I think the vacation does that. Travel of some kind does that. So I think that's another reason why we're seeing people. They're just like, you know what? I don't want to spend one more day at my house working from home. Or if I, yes, right. Or if I can work from anywhere, why am I not working from someplace where I can go and have dinner that evening at Raglan Road, or, all of those things. So I think that's another reason why we're seeing that too.
All right, real quick. Alfred asks, the Halloween season, it is now October and Ricky has disappeared. Maybe she'll come back, but I'll ask. We're talking Halloween, and all of a sudden, bam, she's gone. Let's see here. He's where to go? Alfred asks if you could dress up as any Disney character, since we can dress up at the Magic Kingdom now. Which character would you dress up as? So mine would still be the same as it used to be. It would be Captain EO, because it's I like Captain EO because you got to be somebody who's a Disney fan to get it. Like if somebody's like, I like that, it's like, yeah, I know, I'm Captain EO, right? Like you're in the club, right? So you got to think hard on your costume there. So, and I did this and almost died one September, about 8 or 9 years ago, homemade costume.
You did.
Dude, it was so hot.
It was hot. Yeah.
It was very hot that day.
Dude,
and you had like a sweatshirt.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, so if death was a 10, I was like at a 9.8 that day. It was close.
And he had the wig. Don't forget
did.
the wig.
The wig.
Oh yeah, I still got it somewhere. So yeah, I would go Captain EO. Pam, what are you going for? A costume that because you got to have that swag. People look at you and go, hey, nice costume. I get it.
I am going for a VIP tour guide. That's what I want to be. I know, right? I want the whole get up, the plaid. The shoes are the only thing that I find challenging. Like some of the ladies still wear a little bit of a heel when they're doing that, and I'm not doing that in the parks. It's not going to happen. So,
but you got to have the stick. You got to carry the stick.
I will do this. I will do the stick for sure, but I may have on flip flops.
Yes.
I'll pick something that's a little.
Walt would not approve. That would not fly. All right.
No.
So what about you, Ricky? We got the VIP. So we're gonna all go around together. So we got the VIP tour guide. That makes sense actually, because I am Captain EO, so I'd have to have a VIP tour guide as I go around the.
That's true.
Maybe backdoor me in all these attractions. I'm just saying, if we work it right, what are you being? Where somebody's like, I get it. What do you got?
I mean, I think I've said this before. I've told y'all my favorite characters are Jock and Gus Gus, from Cinderella. So I'm gonna go as Jock, and I'll make Brian go as Gus Gus. But I think that would be the cutest costume. So that's what I'm going as.
And then Matt Holly in the live chat says, does Ramen have moves like EO? Now, if you happen to be in Monsters Inc. laugh floor, the day I had on the EO costume and the spotlight comes down on me and says, sir, just give into the urge and dance. I tore it up that day for 30 seconds. It was probably 10 seconds. I'm just saying, you had to be there. Monsters Inc. laugh floor. It was so fun. Okay, Natalie's got a question as we were stalling for another question. Oh, and Tony wants to go as Mike Rallman. Yeah, here you go. Just Mizzou stuff. And there you go. That's so weird. Natalie says, with Christmas decorations going up on November 6th, do you think that weekend will be really busy at Hollywood Studios, specifically that Sunday? Ricky, what you think?
I think every weekend is busy at Hollywood Studios. Let's be honest. I mean,
God, I love that. I love the decorations at the studios.
I hope they put them up. I know. I'm sure they're going to put them up, but I hope that they do it like as grand as they have done. They didn't necessarily do as much for Halloween at the Magic Kingdom this year as they, have done in the past. So it'll be interesting to see how they modify this year's holiday decorations. Because I assume that there will definitely be some modifications this year. But yeah, I think that, I think it'll be busy because it's busy every stinking weekend at Hollywood Studios right now. So I would say yes.
Hot take. I say they go every decoration they have at the studios because we need a little Christmas.
We do. Right
there.
Yes, we do.
And what do you think? I mean, yes, I would plan for high crowds because I think people are just excited. I don't know what, I guess it's because we've been quarantined so long. Like I'm super looking forward to, and I know like you're not supposed to have family over for Thanksgiving. We're going to have some family over for Thanksgiving because that's what we do. And we've had birthdays and stuff and nobody's gotten sick. So again, we're knocking on all kinds of wood today, but like, I'm really looking forward to the holidays, probably more this year than I have in forever. I think it's just because we need it. And I think that people are going to want to see Christmas lights and so forth.
I agree. I think so too. I think there will be. But I think just go with that in mind. We're still of the mindset that, first of all, the capacity is still limited, period, end of story. It still is. It's not what it once was, but we're still in the mind frame of, if you go in with some solid techniques and some strategy, you're still going to be able to have a really good time. And one of the things you're absolutely going to want to do is make sure that you stay into the evening. It gets dark earlier at that time of year because you're going to want to see Hollywood studios lit up. You just are. That's part of the fun. And any of the parks that you go to. So absolutely. It may be busier, but go in with a good, solid strategy, and do not measure success by the number of attractions that you got done. Don't do that. Your success and your good day in the theme park depends on so many different things. So
measure success by the number of smiles and the tears of joy.
There you go.
But that could work.
That could
All
work.
right, down under to Australia. Good morning to Kate, who's tuned in down under. She says, given a 3-week trip, would you go in November or February?
Ooh.
Pam, pick one. You got a 3-week chunk.
So it really depends on what you're looking for. I think November will probably be a little less expensive than February because there can be some peak times there in February that you're sort of dancing around. But it's always good, at least from our perspective here, those of us who live in an area where we get snow, by February, we're wanting to stab people with a fork. We haven't seen the sun.
Something green. I want to see something green, not brown. Not like dirty snow. Yeah,
yes,
totally.
Exactly. So for me, I always find myself going sometime in February. It absolutely becomes a necessity. It's bad here. So anyways, I think it just depends on what you want to see and what you want to avoid. So
what about you? You going February, November? If you had 3 weeks, because the thing you got to think about the holiday. So if you go early November, you'll avoid American Thanksgiving. So if I was going in November, I'd go at the very beginning and get out by like the 20th, if you can, or around that ballpark. Because the earliest Thanksgiving can be is what, the like 20th something.
21.
Yeah, exactly. That date.
Something like that.
That date.
So if you're out by like the 20th, 21st, you're good. You got to remember though, if you go in February, you're probably gonna hit that. If you're going for 3 weeks, it's not that big a deal because you have to get
right. You'll have plenty of time.
You'll hit President's Day, which is a crazy weekend. But I mean, that's only 3 or 4 days. What'd you do, Ricky?
I think I am leaning a bit more towards November, only because of the fact that you do get the holiday decorations and stuff like that. So I think that I'm leaning a bit more towards that. I do find that the weather is maybe a little bit better in February. But I mean, either way, it's going to be just fine. And yeah, you'll have to definitely keep in mind that Thanksgiving happens at the end of November and, President's Day happens at the end of February, and both are definitely crowded. They're very crowded times at Walt Disney World. Although I think that Thanksgiving gets a slight edge over President's Day weekend, but President's Day, man, that's well before all the COVID stuff hit. That was really starting to get real bad. I mean, really, really crowded. So, I think that it was getting close to Thanksgiving style crowds in that regard, because people were just coming down in droves, probably because of what Pam was talking about. They're done with winter and they're just like, we got a 4-day weekend. Let's go.
Yeah.
That's why I run Princess, because I just want to go down in that time of year just to have a weekend, where it's because like spring training is just starting for baseball. Yeah. It's a great time to go in February. Plus, here's the reason I might go November is say like Thanksgiving crowds are relatively equivalent to President's Day crowds. You have the bonus of all the extra holiday stuff. Like President's Day, you have the crowds, but you don't really have anything. Yeah. You got Flower and Garden, right?
No. Flower and Garden or Festival of the Arts.
Festival of the Arts,
yeah,
usually.
Festival of the Arts, right, yeah. The Arts was again.
But our wish is to have Flower and Garden and Festival of the Arts extend into one big Festival of the Flower Arts.
Yes. You gotta specify though, Flower Arts. You can't combine the word because otherwise it really don't do that.
I would 12-year-old.
Oh my gosh, you're so 12.
That's it. That's it. That's Disney's next idea. We're gonna do it a 6-month festival of the farts.
Stop.
That will bring the people in, I'm sure.
We're gonna serve. We're gonna have little kiosks around Future World of Taco Bell and White Castle. And
Oh my gosh, too funny.
sign me up. Just, as long as there's no races that weekend, because I do not want to run with people that are going to the festival. of the
Well,
farts.
you don't want to run behind them at least.
Exactly.
So you're gonna have to run fast.
And I have, because people try to sneak about. I'm like, oh, trying to kill me here. Anyway, Pam is asking in the live chat. I know, seriously, as fast as we can. Using your crystal ball, do you ever think Jelly Roll will reopen? Will we ever see the dueling piano bar on the boardwalk? Ricky, what do you think?
Given the number of entertainment cuts that they've had lately, I don't know that it looks good. So, I say ask again later, according to the Magic 8 Ball.
Yeah, that'd be one. Yeah, if I had to shake my Magic 8 Ball, I would say it's probably doubtful.
Yeah.
But they're gonna have to. That's a big space. But the thing is, everything about Jelly Rolls is awesome. Like, I love it. Like, live entertainment, talented musicians, our piano players, entertainers, packed environment, people drinking, people singing at the top of their lungs. It is everything that we cannot have right now, it seems. So, Pam, I would say doubtful for now until things get totally back to normal.
That's kind of how I feel too. There have been, those studies suggesting that somehow singing is more dangerous than, of course,
we're open this week. So, whatever.
I know. Then there's a study the next week that's like, no, it's not more dangerous. But I think that in an abundance of caution, of course, that we'll see that delayed for quite a while. And we may get to the point where, if we still have to social distance at some point and we still have to wear masks, this will be really challenging. It just has so many things stacked against it. And I think we will see a lot of other things return back to more normal before Disney would even consider that. Not that we get to decide.
No.
Not before we would consider it, but before Disney would decide. So unfortunately, that may be a casualty of this, along with so many other things. So.
All right, Natalie's asking, would you go to Epcot on a Sunday and Hollywood Studios on a Tuesday? Roger that. I would totally do Epcot on a Sunday.
Studios.
Yes.
Yep.
Tuesday.
Yes. Easy. Yes.
And just, the thing to know about Epcot is, though, in so many respects, the Epcot experience has sort of changed, especially for so many of us who used to just sort of stroll around the World Showcase and grab something to eat or grab something to drink and walk and shop and do that, because that's not really possible. So as a result of that, I think what happens is sometimes the lines there get longer than they used to, because people aren't dispersing quite as much in terms of going into World Showcase and things like that. So just keep that in mind as well, that may happen, and that's how your Epcot experience has changed. But it's not like it's still not fun. It's just a little different. So.
And Kathleen in the live chat, who is my good friend from Vancouver, British Columbia, wins the chat today. She says singing can definitely be dangerous depending on who is singing.
It's true, especially if it's Mike. Yes.
All right. That's so
yes.
true. All right. Matt, live chat. He says, I know Christmas season is up in the air this year. Would you go the week before Christmas or the week after Christmas? Before,
I would
right?
do before. Yeah. I think you're going to see less crowds. And I think that you're really going to, just embrace all the Christmasness. I mean, the holidays are fantastic, and I'm really looking forward to them this year too. So I'd go before.
And Amy says that they talked about us when they recorded their show, the Run, Eat, Drink Disney podcast today. So thank you so much.
Awesome.
Hopefully you said good things. I mean, I talk about us all the time, and it's 50-50.
Yeah.
Betsy, my good friend, says, do you think the Magic Kingdom will get their decorations up right after Halloween or wait until November 6th? They are wondering if we will still get that quick change after Halloween. So I would say doubtful. If they've said November 6th, it's going to be November 6th.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I would plan on it be then.
Yeah.
Yep.
And going through here because everybody's going so fast in the chat. Don't want to miss any questions. And okay, let's go to the inbox. And this one is from Cassie, who doesn't say where she's from, but she's 861 miles from the Magic Kingdom. Draw your radius.
There you go.
Hey, Mike and BOGP crew. I've been to Disney World many times, but this will be my first time with my 1-year-old son. So I'm officially getting over. I know. I'm getting too old for like a 1-year-old, right? I'm there. Like, makes me nervous. And it was fun. I mean, don't get me wrong. So anyway, I'm officially starting over with my Walt Disney World knowledge. We're planning a trip next November, and I need help deciding on which room or resort to book. My son goes to bed at 7, so I'm looking for options where he can go to bed early, but we can stay up and hang out for a bit longer. Also, maybe a bigger room where he will have some room to play in the mornings. It's going to be 3 adults and my son going. I know Art of Animation Family Suites is an option if it is open by then, but looking for a moderate or possibly a deluxe option, as easy access to the parks will be a huge bonus with him being so young. Any advice or thoughts would be greatly appreciated. Thanks for all the laughs and entertainment to tide me over until my next magical trip. So what do you think, Pam? Options to kind of something it pops into, right? You can just close that little. No, just kidding. That's people do that. I've never done
right. If you put the pack and play in the bathroom, and shut the door, right? There you are.
Like, can I? I'm like, dude, I'm just deleting that email and you do you, buddy.
That's right. So what I'm going to tell you is your options when it comes to your value. So first of all, to get that separate space, one of the least expensive options you can ever do is 2 rooms at a value resort, and you can request connecting. And typically, when there's more children than adult, they will guarantee it. Now, you don't have that situation, so that causes some anxiety for people, and I totally understand why it would. That the rooms aren't connecting, and maybe that's not what you want. But I just want to put that out there as one of the least expensive options. When you're looking at the moderate resorts, you're really not going to have a lot of options for having a separate space, unless you are looking and Grand Destino is open and they have some of the deluxe rooms. But again, that probably will not be your most economical choice, but it may be less than some of your other options. Besides that, the other locations that you want to look at are, of course, the deluxe villa resorts at Disney World. They have the 1-bedroom and larger, have a kitchen with a pull-out couch, and then they also have a separate master bedroom that has a door. Now, there is some price that comes with that. I mean, having the full kitchen and all that space, it's basically a living room area, as well as that master bedroom area and the bathroom area, as well as laundry facilities there in the 1-bedroom and larger. But you can offset some of that cost by cooking some things in your room. Like maybe you can do breakfast daily. And for 3 adults and a child, that can add up after a while. And you can look at other ways that you can save, just by having that kitchen as well. It's challenging. I mean, in the world of travel, really having extra space like that is not the norm. It just isn't. And there are a few things that you can look at to try to do that. You know what? I did forget one. The one I'm also gonna recommend is Fort Wilderness.
Yeah,
because you will have that option there. It's technically a moderate, although it doesn't seem like Disney's even including it in moderates anymore. They like to now make up this new category that's campgrounds and more. And who would think to look there, right? Campgrounds and cabins. They were solidly in the moderate for a while. So now they're sort of moderate fringe. But anyways, that's another option too. And it's actually not a bad option when it comes to price. The only complaint I've ever heard about Fort Wilderness is that it feels a little removed from everything, and transportation can be a bit of an issue. But that's not necessarily a negative. I think that sometimes it's really good to feel a little removed. It kind of does feel like you're camping, although it's glamping when you're staying in the cabin, because you do get that nice cabin. They've redone the kitchen recently and really sort of upgraded those. So check those out too.
Yes. Is that basic if you're camping like that? If you're glamping, is that?
Sure. I've embraced the basicness. I don't even I don't even think it's a negative. I'm like, okay.
I'm basic.
All righty. Next, my good buddy Keith, who did all of our artwork for years and years and years. You've seen his work everywhere.
Like the logo.
Yes, like the logo, and both logos. Actually, we had the old school logo, and then we decided, somebody said, you got to have your name in there. You got to have the words. I'm like, I like the old logo. That was a hard thing for me to give up the old logo.
It was. We had to have a throwdown with Mike one day about it. We ganged up on you.
We did.
All my Google things anyway. So anyway, that's how, if you notice the old logo that Keith made us, then you're old school. You're an OG, BOGP person. That's one of the things, like the costumes in the Magic Kingdom. You're like, oh yeah, I listened back in 2009.
Yeah.
Anyway, Keith asked, he has a good question. This is kind of we can kind of take a poll on this. Do you guys go into the park with Magic Band only, or do you carry ID and credit cards as well? Okay, so I'll pass it. Pam, what about you? Do you ever? I mean, this is having.
So this is my phone. Do you see what's here in the back?
Well, it's also an audio podcast for 98%.
Oh, well, all right. But I'm just going to say I have a phone that the case has a little pocket in the back where I can put my ID and 2 credit cards. And it's always with me and I always take it. Thankfully, I do, because there have been times when my Magic Band has not worked, and therefore having the credit card really helps me out. So yeah, I do that. Well, we are video right now. I do get what you're saying about the audio component. I was just sharing for our video friends.
No, I hear that on podcasts I listen to all the time, because they record this network, the Twit network. They record everything live on video like we do.
Yeah.
But they sometimes, it's like because I'm running in the morning, it's pitch dark outside, it's freezing, and it's like, give me a little audio description here, because I think they forget that sometimes.
Yeah, I'm not doing higher math or anything. I'm just showing phone case with a pocket on the back.
So I'm with you. You know what? Here's the good news. Like when I run Disney races, like I have my Magic Band only, obviously. I have my phone, but the good news is nowadays, if you're an Apple fan, you always have, like if you have an Apple Watch or you have an iPhone, hopefully you have Apple Pay connected to a credit card. So that's my backup. Mm-hmm. But I do, because, I do look like 22, 23. So I'm scared I'll get carded if I want to get Rita.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. And usually I'm hauling around like a gift card for Mallory or something, like I'm a dad. I got to have a wallet. Mm-hmm. But I love the idea of just the Magic Band. And that's what I run with. And I can like get a, margarita at the finish line or something. So but I mean, not that I'm like shell shocked, because like Disney IT has burned me more than once in my life. So it just makes me nervous not having a physical credit card. So what about you, Ricky?
Most of the time, yeah, I have my ID and my credit card with me, especially because most of the time I'm staying off site, so my Magic Band wouldn't work for charging or anything like that anyway. So I just, have to have my credit card and ID. Plus, I have an annual pass, so if I want my annual pass discount, I usually have to have my ID with that. Although recently, with all the COVID stuff, they actually were allowing me just to show they were allowing me to show my Disney Experience app and show that it proved that I had an annual pass that way. And I was like, this is genius. Wow.
You've been doing that for the last 5 years.
I haven't even doing that whole time. Like I can literally show you I have an annual pass right here. So that was awesome. And I highly appreciate that fact. And Disney, I hope that continues, because that was wonderful. So I still got my annual pass discount that way. So yay.
All right, let's get to the last question of the day. Natalie is thinking outside the box. She says here in the live chat, she says, can you go to the Baseline Tap House around 6:45 to 6:50 and still be served dinner? I've tried finding an ADR close to closing with no luck, and I'm trying to think outside the box on this one.
I know why.
Because they don't take
ADRs.
No.
Like, am I thinking outside the box? Then I don't think they take ADRs.
No. So as long as you're there and as long as they're open, then you can absolutely go in and get. You ready for it, Mike? The charcuterie plate.
Hey, there you go. Okay. Ding. Yes.
Yeah, but you get one of their other offerings too. The pretzel's yummy, and they have those steak puffs, which hello, steak puffs.
Yes.
In a puff. Anything in a puff is good.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes.
Like cream puff, cheese puff. I mean,
yes.
Steak puff. Sure. Yes, we're down.
Yeah. So that's the reason you can't find an ADR because they don't have them.
Right.
So there's your answer. Yeah.
Yeah. Good news. You're good. You can't. Nobody else has either.
You are good.
Oh, speaking of puffs, Pam, my wife went to the grocery store yesterday, came home with the the blue can of the Planters cheese balls.
Nice. That's
Old school, like 70s.
That's
Have you seen
definitely old
like the
school.
70s? You know, like the yellow lid, the blue
Yes.
cylinder. Oh yeah.
Speaking of charcuterie, that was my lunch today. I made myself a nice little charcuterie board. Ding that.
Ricky's so fancy.
Yes, I had salami and I had cheese and I had
So fancy.
I had strawberries, and I'm like, look at my little charcuterie board here for lunch.
I had
Wow.
most of that, but it was in between 2 slices of white bread, and I called it a sandwich. So
No, no.
not fancy.
No.
All right, we're gonna get out of here, and I appreciate all those great questions. Thanks for joining us live here in the chat. You can email your questions to Mike at beourguestpodcast.com. Just put listener questions in the subject line, and we'll get to that right away. Also, you can join us as we record live, usually on Mondays around 5:45 Eastern. We have a little pre-show, and
You can see the video.
check it out right now. YouTube, Facebook. You're missing the best part of the show. Go check out the video, and this is the raw edit on those 2 locations. There you go. But thanks for joining us. Don't forget today's show brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. Right now is a great time to plan that trip. You can still get down for Thanksgiving, for Christmas. See all the decorations. We need a little Christmas right this very minute. Nobody does it like
Christmas now.
How awesome would it be to this holiday season? And they're running an ad on TV now, which really is getting me.
I know. I love that ad.
I know, and I'm looking for like benchmarks. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, this is just how I run my life. Like, I'm just like, we hadn't seen any ads for Walt Disney World because I watch sports on ESPN, SEC Network. They're owned by Disney, so you typically see them during football, and it is what it is. Of course, you see in the ad, people are wearing masks and people are socially distanced, but people are having a great time, and it's the holidays. Like, I mean, you hear Christmas music, you see the lights, and it's just like, oh God, I need that. Like,
I know. I feel like so. My ad would be, "We all freaking deserve
well,
it."
is this like the Johnsonville Brats campaign? Like, okay, in my ad, and let me just say, there's an ad that they've been running for years. I swear the one guy that does it reminds me of Steve Hood. He sounds just like Steve Hood.
That's so funny. They need to have us do one for them. Like our little freaking magical. We should be like, we freaking deserve it.
I mean, just 30 seconds of like, it's 2020. Come on down. You've earned it.
We freaking deserve it.
Yes. Anyway, drop by the Magic for Less. There's lots of great dates. There's some discounts out there that are going to save you money. You might be able to upgrade to a hotel you've been dreaming about for years. And just no kidding. If you take all the precautions, you can have a great time. So, and of course, 2021, we can book most of that for right now. So up through September 26th, and hopefully I'm putting this out in the universe by saying this, and the show comes out about 36 hours later. Maybe it'll happen.
Maybe.
I'm just saying, you got to do what you got to do. So yeah, just drop by the magicforless.com. Professional, passionate agents. Every time you're going to get first class service. Check them out today over at the magicforless.com. Also, please use our Amazon affiliate link. Prime Day is coming up. Actually, it's Prime Day, but it's 2 days. I don't get it. I don't care. But if you do shop on Amazon during Prime Day, please do us a solid. Click through beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. Free way to support the show. And finally, if you want some extra content in your week, we're going to do Mike in the Midwest every Thursday. You get shows about all kinds of topics. This past week was a salute to cast members. We talked about 80s toys the other day. It's a lot of fun, and we hang out on our Discord server. So come on over, patreon.com/beourguestpodcast. Give us a follow on social media, Instagram and Twitter at beourguestmike and at beourguestpod. And of course, search for the Be Our Guest Podcast on Facebook and YouTube. All right, time to get out of here, and we'll be back again on Friday where we're talking about the best dining options available right now, the ones that are open right now at the Walt Disney World resorts. We did the theme parks last Friday. We're going to the resorts, and there's lots of good options, so don't come to the show on Friday hungry, or else it's all on you. All right, so for Ricky and Pam, I'm Mike. Wish you a great Wednesday. Time to head back to work, and we'll see you real soon.
Boom, that's a show.
That's a shoe.
That
The
right
Festival
there.
of Farts.
The Festival of the Farts. I was like, no.
Festival out of that show came Festival of the Farts, and we freaking deserve it.
Hashtag, we freaking deserve it.
Sometimes it just all comes together.
We should really be in marketing.
Disney should really hire us.
Right? Disney people, are you seeing this?
We're giving you so much good content. I'm just saying.
This is exactly why. Like, I remember back in the day, like the very first moms panel, like they probably saw my name, like, heck no,
Nope,
we're
not letting him in.
Like, we've heard him. No, we have to give him on tape. No.
Festival of the Farts could have been a gold maker. Can you imagine the merchandise coming out of that?
Whoopee cushions, like themed whoopee cushions, and like
what kind of cupcake do you put out for that?
Chocolate.
No, the poop emoji. The poop emoji.
The poop emoji, yes.
I always said chocolate with the poop emoji icing.
Or a little puff of like cloud somehow, like a little.
Yes.
And then can we retheme Figment? Journey into your imagination and have one of the options of the prize.
We already have a farting Figment anyway with the skunk smell. Come on, it's already there.
This would be a hit with all 12-year-old boys.
Yes, I can't. Yes.
Wait, Pam, I've got it. They could have a plush Figment that when you squeeze him,
yes,
it farts skunk.
Yes. Remember how Lotsa Bear used to smell like strawberry?
Oh yeah.
This Figment will have a scent as well.
Because you know Eeyore is gaseous, right? I mean, he's always grumpy.
Yes,
I mean, he's got little intestinal stuff going on.
Yes. Yeah.
Disney, you need to hire us. We're giving you all
character cavalcades. That'll be take on a whole new meaning. Social distancing will.
Yeah, I mean, PhilharMagic. It's got the equipment.
Yes, it does.
Hey, no, you know what has the equipment? It's
Soren.
touching a bug. Touching a bug already farts at you. I'm just
True.
You're right. There's all kinds of attractions that could gas you.
Yes.
You know?
Soren. Picture the new Soren.
Yes, Soren. Yeah. You go over like
wait. You go over the elephants and it doesn't smell like grass anymore.
That's right. Yeah.
Instead of seeing the trunks, you see the other end. Yeah.
We are so ready. I
We're a
know.
classy podcast.
I know, right? Oh my gosh.
Emphasis
the
on
podcast
never
for the
We do this before every episode. Okay.
And this no drink.
We are consummate podcast professionals.
Next podcast cruise is going to be Festival of the Farts.
I hope, will we get nominated? I hope that this particular episode will get nominated for one of those podcast awards that people are always promoting and stuff.
Yeah.
And clamoring for, yes.
It's totally People's Choice.
Yes.
People's Choice Awards, yes.
Yes.
Podcast. Yes.
Yes.
Festival of the Farts.
This will probably be up for a Razzie, but whatever. I don't care. Okay, let's do 1778.
Here we go.
Now we're losing Ricky.
I'm dying. It's fine.
Yeah, this is definitely behind the scenes, which is where we got to keep this stuff. It's all
yes, behind.
Only we know about this. That this exists. The other people,
they have no idea. This is all for
you. I know, really, because like during the episodes, we sound pretty pulled together. Like we're like fairly knowledgeable. I mean, fairly, and like that we've been doing this for a while, and we have sort of like this give and take, and it kind of works. But like. Yeah,
real us together.
Is it the saying "fake it till you make it"? You know?
Yes, right. If you've ever spent any time in person with us, this is sort of what it's like.
This is like what a podcast cruise is like for like 6 days, and we do drink class.
I know, and we come back, and you almost feel like you have abs because you've laughed.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Oh, okay. Yeah, do another show.
Just put that out for a show, Mike. We're done.
There it is. That was done. That was good.
That was a good show.
You always hit stop just in case. Okay.
Mike's scared.
So we got it. Boulder Ridge is where we're starting. Okay.
All right.
So how much? So I'll do.
Well, Boulder Ridge, Copper Creek. Yeah.
Okay. So we'll go like value, moderate, deluxe, and then Deluxeville is like the categories. I'll also have to jump around.
Okay.
Yep.
Jump around. Get up, and get down.
Oh my God. Stop.
Wisconsin football and House of Pain. All right, here we go.
Okay.
1778. Okay. Welcome to episode 1778 of the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Rallman from BeOurGuestPodcast.com and one of the senior agents over at the Magic for Less Travel. Happy Friday to you. And also tomorrow, a big happy birthday to my dad. That's right. He helped us get this thing all rolling back in 2008. He hooked up all the wires. And every time I go live from any location, I'm always on the phone with my dad saying, oh, wait, how do I do this? How do I connect all this stuff? So shout out to Dodie and appreciate all he does. So happy birthday to my dad tomorrow. And I'm going to, right off the top of the show, I want to get people fired up with a hot take. Tomorrow, I'm calling it. Mizzou goes into Death Valley at LSU, and we beat LSU this year in Death Valley. I'm calling it right now. When it happens, you heard it here first. I'm just saying. MIZ, baby. I just had to do that to rile up all our LSU fans because there's nothing like a riled up LSU fan because they come at you hard. So I'm just asking for a little fun this weekend on the social media. All right, joining me today from themouseforless.com, where you need to go to check out all the great information. We get the news from this site every Sunday night during our live shows. We lead off with everything happening right from the Mouse for Less. We have Ricky. Ricky, what's going on this weekend? Senior pictures or pumpkin patches? What are you doing?
Walt Disney World, baby. That's what's going on this weekend. Yes. If you are not following along with either me personally or the Our Guest Podcast or the Mouse for Less on any of our social sites, hint, you should follow all three of them, just saying, then you are missing out on the great Walt Disney World content that's coming right at you starting today, actually, Friday. So I will be there all weekend and the dog will not be with me. So that's good. And yeah,
the dog's excited.
Yes, she is. She's sad that she's not going to be there with me this time. But yeah, we're going to have a good time and follow along. So that's it.
Can't wait to watch. All right. Also joining us, we have the co-owner of the Magic for Less Travel, Pam Forrester. Pam, this is like prime fall season.
It is.
But it's out in Pennsylvania. What is the best thing to do this time of year out your way?
So we have so many sort of fall festivals here because it's that part of the country. And we're sort of, I always say I'm from Pittsburgh. I'm actually about 45 minutes north of Pittsburgh. So we're sort of in a rural area, so to speak. So there's hay rides and apple picking and stuff like that. Probably not hay rides this year, but let's say apple picking, fruit picking, things like that. And we absolutely are going to have trick or treat in our neighborhood, at least, and in our little township. So I'm glad that we're doing something, a little normal. I feel like there's a way to sort of social distance with that and give the kids some candy. So looking forward to that. And I have to say, as much as I don't like the cold, I do like the chilly evenings. We've been sitting by our fire pit a lot more lately. We spend a lot of evenings doing that. And it just feels good to pull out like a sweatshirt and get in jeans again and do all that. So I do like that about fall for sure.
Yeah, I do like, throwing a hoodie and, if it's warm in the afternoon, you can still wear your shorts. Yeah, this time of year is pretty awesome. And I love the fall. We're actually going
beautiful this year.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. In the Midwest, it's been great. And we're going to actually go to the pumpkin patch on Sunday with my nephew, which is always, always fun. Yeah, I can do a pumpkin patch for about 2 or 3 hours. And then I'm like, okay, I'm done. Like, okay, fall quota, check. Okay.
I've done it. We're good.
Check.
But it is fun. It's cool to get out there and,
it is.
Get and have fun. All right. Well, hey, we're talking dining. We're continuing the show from last Friday. Last Friday, we addressed the best places to dine at Walt Disney World right now, because some places are open, some places are not at this point. This could change at any moment, but you can go over to themagicforless.com, click on the blog in the upper right-hand corner. There's an article there that is always, it's actually a list that's always updated continuously as these things change. And that's where we're getting our information today, but we're going to give all of your options to dine at Walt Disney World at the resorts right now. And we're going to give our best bets. So our favorite places to dine. So we're going to go from the value category to the moderates, to the deluxe, to the deluxe villas. And of course, you're not going to have a ton of options in the value category, but we'll do it anyway. So we have one value resort open at the time of recording, which is October 5th, 2020. And you have you got two. So we're going to head over to Disney's Pop Century Resort, the only resort that's open. You can eat at the Everything Pop Dining Food Court, mobile order, quick service, or you can go have a liquid diet over at the Petals Pool. So what are your best options for dining at the values, Pam?
Pam's going liquid diet, baby.
Yes, right. I mean, because why not? I think that there are actually everything pop actually is a fairly good food court in terms of food court options. I think that the values sometimes have a great option, and Pop Century and Art of Animation are two of our favorite food courts, I think, in terms of that. So probably going to go ahead and hit that. What I love about the Everything Pop food court is that on certain days they'll have like a blue plate special sort of thing. And that can be a very, a great option. Sometimes it's like meatloaf or fried chicken, or you're looking for home style cooking here. But the great thing about the Everything Pop food court is that it also has other different choices that you're going to be able to find something there, whether you're a vegetarian, if you have dietary needs, if you're just looking for something light, if you're looking for something more substantial, you're going to be able to find it there. So it's a solid food court.
It is. And the way it works right now is you will obviously mobile order what you would like. And then what they do is the only place you can go in is through the store, through that, big, beautiful sign there that says Everything Pop. And you'll have to show your phone to show that your order is actually ready. And they'll let you go into the food court to get your bag. And then what happens is once you go through, you walk right to where you would walk up to the stations to order your various food items. And they have tables set up. And in a big brown bag has everything you ordered. So you grab that and you just walk out and you go get a table and you're set. So it's a lot different right now, but it's still good food. I love Everything Pop's food. Also just a side tip, if you want to go into the store, it looks like you kind of have to wait, but if you just go up to the cast member that's manning the station to let people into the food court area, once the orders are ready, if you tell them you would just like to shop, as long as the store is not at capacity, you can get in. So that's that. And with Pedal's Pool Bar, it is what it is. It's a pool bar at a value resort. I mean, it's fun. It's got, you can watch sports there, have a drink, but nothing
That's
special.
about it. Yeah.
All right, go to the moderates. Disney's Caribbean Beach. We have two options. Centertown Market, which is the food court area at Caribbean Beach. Pretty good too, for a lot of options there. And also the Banana Cabana. So Ricky, what would you say about these two options for folks that are staying at Caribbean Beach? I'm staying at Caribbean Beach. I'm excited in December.
I'm staying there in November. So yeah.
November. There you go.
Yeah. It's going to be awesome. Centertown Market is kind of like the catch-all, it's where you're going to go to get pretty much everything. It's kind of the food court. Basically they do, I think, it a little differently there. I think they do, well, at least before, let's put it this way. I obviously don't know now, but they used to give you, like, you'd go and you'd order, and then they give you a little pager, and then I think they used to bring your food out to you, which is kind of nice, but I don't obviously think they do that anymore. And then Banana Cabana, last Christmas I spent like a really good long time at Banana Cabana. It's basically their bar area. It's next to the pool, so I wouldn't call it a pool bar, but it's like its own separate area. I think it's really good. They don't have a lot on like food wise on the menu. They have a few things, but it's mostly drinks. But at least they do have a few options for you if you're looking to dine. We got, I think, chili or something or nachos or something. I know it had chili on it, so it was actually pretty good. So yeah, I think I'd go Centertown Market though if I'm looking for like an actual meal.
Either one of those options would be good for the festival that we proposed.
Yes.
But you got to go back and listen to Wednesday's show to get that joke.
This is true. Yes.
All right. What about Pam? I know that you spent some time at Banana Cabana.
I really like Banana Cabana.
And if Hannah goes there, it's really cool. It's Hannah's Cabana Banana.
No.
Hannah Banana Cabana.
No.
They do. So the great thing about Banana Cabana is it's really kind of like a lounge.
Yes.
They have appetizers. They have entrees. The appetizers are like jerk chicken wings and chili con queso and things like that.
Yes.
Right. Yes. But the entrees are really good too. We've had some good stuff there. They have a Cuban sandwich, which is good. Mike, the Cuban sandwich, the one you've been looking for.
And I had that last time I was there with Scott. Actually, we weren't staying there. We just went over to shop. I think we just wanted to walk around and check it out. When was this? This was been. Well, I don't know what month it is right now. What month? So it's October. This would have been. This was over Princess, I think. Yeah. And we went over there, had a Cuban. It was good. Cuban and fries. It was a beautiful day, set out because they have great outside dining.
They do. Yeah. It's a great space. It really is. But they have a jerk chicken sandwich and a salad, and they also have, I think, like a shrimp salad. So they have a lot of good things to choose from. They even have kids meals there. And they also have both alcoholic and non-alcoholic specialty drinks. And I like this place. It's a place that I go to even when everything is open. We just sort of go there and hang out. It has a nice view. And that area of Caribbean Beach, if you haven't spent any time there, since they redid the lobby, it's beautiful. It really, truly is. So check it out next time you're there.
Good shopping too. I like that store.
Yeah, agreed.
Actually, Pop Century too. Pop Century is one of the best.
Pop
stores.
Century store is amazing. I don't know why, but it just is. Yeah,
it's got such a cool vibe.
It does.
I love Pop Century,
and it has an awesome smell. I'm just saying, it's got yeah.
It smells like Pop Century.
It does smell like Pop Century. I mean, you've never noticed the smell?
It does have a smell. I don't know if it's a great smell. It's a definitely it's a distinct smell.
Oh, it makes me feel like home.
I don't think it does make me feel like home too. I totally understand what you're saying. I don't know if it's like, I guess I'd want it in a candle. I don't know, like Pop Century.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I would totally burn that candle in my house.
All right, so Coronado Springs right now is not open. That's why we're not talking about Coronado Springs, but that will be coming back soon.
We do, and I can't wait to see the dining that's going to be open there. We just don't know what it will be yet.
Do you think, I was thinking about this the other day, do you think that Disney will denote the room that LeBron James stayed in during the bubble? And like, can you think about it? Like, if you're an NBA fan, you could be staying in LeBron's room.
You could. Yeah. That's
I think that was probably part of the contract, that no, they would not be saying that.
I was just thinking about that. Like, like somebody is going to be staying in the same room as like these, fancy.
That's true. Yeah. That is true.
All right, let's go over to this new hotel that is on Seven Seas Lagoon. It's called Disney's Contemporary Resort.
Ricky hadn't heard of that earlier.
No, apparently not.
She just didn't know what was there.
Nope.
Let's talk quick service first and lounges. So we got the Contempo Cafe, we have the Cove Bar, and we have the Wave Lounge, and then we have lots of table service at this hotel as well. Of course, you got California Grill Signature Dining. You got Chef Mickey's,
which is returning. Well, no, it is open now. Yes, yeah.
The characters are actually returning with some new dining options, modified characters on December 16th. That was just breaking this week.
Yes,
the characters are coming back. Some new dining options on December 16th, and you also have the Wave of American Flavors. Underrated sleeper hits. Talk to us about dining at the Contemporary. What's some of your best bets?
The Wave. It is one of my favorite breakfasts out of all of Walt Disney World. I will go there for their pancakes. They're the sweet potato pancakes, and they're phenomenal. They're so good. But Chef Mickey is maybe the new sleeper here, because it's not going to be a buffet when on the 16th of December, I guess I should say. They're going to have like this family style meal option that they're going to offer. And it looks amazing. I mean, it's got the Mickey Celebration pancakes with, a gigantic Mickey waffle, or Mickey waffle. We're so used to saying Mickey waffles. A gigantic Mickey shaped pancake. Like, it's a huge pancake with cinnamon sprinkles and pixie dust, which is basically, regular sprinkles, and then whipped cream. I mean, it looks awesome. And then you've got the loaded potato cheese casserole with smoked bacon, crumbles, and chives. And then you also have the Goofy's banana bread French toast, which is flavors of banana bread baked in zesty orange scented French toast batter, which, by the way, I had a conversation earlier. Why are we putting this in orange scented French toast batter? I don't understand. But whatever. And then it's topped with espresso, mascarpone cream, and toasted bananas and chocolate crumbles. Yes. All of this. Just yes.
Here's my question though about that. Why do they announce this like the first week of October and make us wait until December 16th to eat this? Like,
right?
I know.
I would so like to be there, in the next coming weeks. But yeah, no, unfortunately, I have to wait until the 16th. But this sounds amazing. And then of course you've got California Grill, which is just, a Disney fan favorite. So, I mean, we wax poetic about California Grill all the time and how amazing it is. So
absolutely.
Yes.
All right. Yeah. So Contemporary, real quick, some top thoughts for folks that are looking for resort dining outside of the parks. Maybe after a park closes, this is a good idea to go to one of these resorts. What do you think?
Yeah, for sure. I think Contempo Cafe has dramatically reduced their menu. It just seems to be, out of all the quick service locations, this seems to really have limited its menu, and it's sort of a shame because it has some good stuff. But that one used to be sort of a favorite, but I don't know that I would go there specifically for it now. Definitely, though, I think the Wave Lounge is a good option for those who don't have advanced dining because you can order from the full menu typically in the lounge. They will do that. It depends on how busy they are, though, of course. Looking definitely at California Grill. We ate there a few times last time we were there and just had a great experience. The menu really, you still have so many great choices from which to choose. And of course you get that great view of the Magic Kingdom at night. So that's awesome.
All right, let's head across Seven Seas Lagoon over to the Polynesian Villas. Well, let's hold off because I'm gonna do the villas later. Let's go over to the Yacht Club. I'm trying to keep this in some kind of an order, which is kind of all over the place. So going over to the Yacht Club, you have the Beach Club Marketplace, has select offerings next to the Solarium, Ale and Compass. I know, and the Ale and Compass Lounge. You got the market at Ale and Compass. You got Hurricane Hannah's Waterside Bar and Grill, bar only, it says. Beaches and Cream and Martha's Vineyard Lounge. Pam, talk to us about this. What's your best bet at the Yacht Club right now?
So I love Ale and Compass. I have since it has opened. I think it was a great redo, and they have some really great options from which to choose in terms of food. One of my favorite things at dinner is the chicken. You get like half of a chicken, and it served with broccolini and these great potatoes. So check that out if you're there. But they have lots of great things to choose from. I think that the counter service there is a little more challenging, just because, it's just not very big. Either location is not very big, neither the beach club place or the small version at Yacht either. So that's hard. I think another thing, though, is Martha's Vineyard. If you do check that out, look and see. They actually are having food offerings most of the time. So that's someplace like a lounge where you could go and eat. Captain's Grill, which is one of my favorite locations at the Yacht Club, is not open right now. So Martha's Vineyard is sort of stepping up and taking on that role.
All right, let's head. Well, Ricky, what about you for Yacht Club? Is there you're a big Ale and Compass fan as well?
Again, I love their breakfast. They also have a phenomenal breakfast there with their chocolate waffles with the espresso mascarpone, which is so good. So I love their breakfast, and I go there frequently just for their breakfast. I will make reservations, often, just to have their breakfast. So yeah, it's really good.
This was kind of a hidden secret too from back in the days when it was Captain's Grill.
Yes.
For the change over to Ale and Compass this was a place that, again, this is so. I think Progressive or somebody does commercials like back in the day, kind of like back when you could do things that were different,
Yes.
Not too long ago. But the thing was, after a Run Disney race, we would tend to, like, a lot of races ended in the Epcot area or the Epcot parking lot. So we'd go over to Captain's Grill and have breakfast afterwards because it was easy to get in. People didn't think about it too much. So it is kind of a good place to have a breakfast, and then you're close to two parks.
Yep.
So good stuff. Okay, so let's go back to the walls down. I'm not talking about the Germany, East Germany, West Germany. I'm talking about the blue wall down the middle of the Grand Floridian. It is gone. Ronald Reagan said, "Mr. Iger, tear down this wall," and it's gone. That is terrible.
Sure.
Okay, so Grand Floridian. Here's your options for dining: Beaches Pool Bar and Grill. I didn't even know there was the name of it. The Courtyard Pool Bar. You have the Enchanted Rose, of course, the old Misner's Lounge. The Grand Floridian Cafe, Gasparilla's Island Grill, and back Narcoossee's. Talk to that. What's the options over there, Pam? Best picks.
So if you're looking for a good meal, I absolutely will recommend Narcoossee's. It's in a beautiful location. You can actually see from certain tables Cinderella's castle. At night, it looks spectacular, and it just sits out there over the water. So it's a great location, but I understand you're not always looking for a sit-down meal. And if not, you have some other good options there. I think Gasparilla Grill is a really solid quick service location. They have some great choices. Make sure you check out their dessert counter because they have some really yummy things there too. I really like that one. I think the Grand Floridian sort of lends itself to maybe being a little more upscale in terms of its food offerings, but everything is approachable. You're going to find something that you like and just go and enjoy the location.
The thing I'll say too about Gasparilla Grill is that it doesn't, you mentioned kind of upscale over at the Grand Floridian, but that one doesn't feel stuffy at all. Now,
no, it doesn't.
Also, Grand Floridian Cafe is also very casual, but it's fancy looking.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you walk in,
yes,
it's definitely got
Victorian.
that.
Yeah,
I mean, which is in Missouri, that's called fancy. I'm just saying. Like Gasparilla Grill, this seems like something you'd find on Main Street USA to me. To me, that's like my take. Like, I mean, it feels more blue collar in that place. What about you, Ricky? What do you think?
Yeah, the only thing is I have never really been that impressed with Gasparilla Grill's menu. It always feels very, I don't know, kind of like what Pam was talking about with Contempo Cafe. For some reason, Gasparilla's Grill's menu, even before all this happened, felt very pared down to me. So it's not like a favorite of mine. I'll eat there, but it's it's only when like if I'm staying at the Grand Floridian or something like that, and need breakfast or something. I do like the Grand Floridian Cafe. I think that they have some really unique options on their menu. I had some shrimp and grits there one time I think it was for last Christmas, before the Christmas party, and that was excellent. I thought it was really good. So I think, again, it's a sleeper hit, the Grand Floridian Cafe. A lot of people just don't think about it, and so I think it's a really decent option. So
Alan in the live chat says the Grand Floridian Cafe was very nice last week. Avocado toast was amazing. There you go. Yeah. And he's asking, does anybody know, do they still have the prime rib sliders at Ale and Compass? Has anybody been there lately?
The filet, they have filet sliders, filet mignon, yes. But I'm going to give you a different one to try because I actually like them a little better. The one at City Works are really, really good. So
good to know.
All righty, let's head over to Fort Wilderness Resort and Campground. You don't have many options here because Trails End is not open right now.
Yeah.
You know what? Trails End, here, hot take number 2 for your Friday. Trails End is not, I'd say 10 years ago, 5 years ago, like everybody talked about how cheap Trails End was. It's not that cheap anymore. Like if you buy like 4 buffets for your family, it's expensive. I mean, I don't think it's like markedly cheaper than going and dining, say, at Kona or something like that. Okay. It's not like it's, I think we used to hype it up, and maybe it used to be a lot cheaper, but I think it got more popular because of social media, and they jacked the prices up. But it's still good. Don't get me wrong. I love the food. That's my food. So I'll still go. But it's not open, so don't get your hopes up right now. Hopefully it's open by the time the show comes out.
Yeah, not a buffet. No.
Yeah, it's true. So right now you got Crockett's Tavern, the snack bar, the Meadow Snack Bar, and P&J's Southern Takeout. Is that's the window though?
Yeah,
for Trail?
It is.
Okay, so go ahead, Pam.
What do you even do when you're there? If I were there, I would do the takeout. I really would, and I'd take it back to my cabin and eat. I like to do that every now and then. There's even like usually when we're down there, there is one night where I'm like, just like, you know what? I'm tired. I just want to be in the room. I don't want to go anywhere else today or whatever. And we'll just order something into the room. And I think that's a good option. Like, let yourself do that on vacation. Enjoy it. So.
All right, we've got to pick it up because now we're going through all the DVC / deluxe villa resorts, and there's a lot of these. So we're going to talk about this. Let's do these together. We're going to do Boulder Ridge and Copper Creek because obviously they share dining.
Yes.
So we have these options for dining, and this is one of the best spots you can land because A, it's a boat ride away from the Magic Kingdom.
Yes.
B, it's beautiful. It's just a great place to be. So yeah, this is probably one of the places to put on your itinerary for going over to visit. So you have over at Boulder Ridge and Copper Creek, you got Geyser Point Bar and Grill. You got Roaring Fork. And you have Whispering Canyon Cafe. So that shares with Copper Creek and Boulder Ridge both. And the thing is, when I say those 3, what I'm getting there is outdoor dining, fun drinks, great atmosphere at Geyser Point, good like appetizer-y sandwich kind of things. Mm-hmm. Roaring Fork is a quality quick service location, and Whispering Canyon, a solid sit-down meal that is socially distant right now. So really, Wilderness Lodge has it going on right now. So Pam, speak to that. What are your favorites there?
It is, we talk about Geyser Point here all the time. We really like it. And I think that part of it is that we all enjoy dining outside, and it's an outside location. In addition to sort of the loungy sitting area, there also is Geyser Point, which is a counter service location. They don't offer seating right there in the lounge for that, but there is outdoor seating sort of over near the pool where you can go and eat that. And also when you're dining in the lounge, you can order things that are prepared at the quick service location that's on the menu as well. So it just is a good standout menu. And I like the drinks there too. So for overall atmosphere and value and everything else, I got to go to Geyser Point for sure.
Yeah, Geyser Point. What about you, Ricky? You going to go to Roaring Fork or Whispering Canyon, or do you go to Geyser Point too?
I do love Geyser Point. Not going to lie. It's a fantastic option. And y'all know my love affair with Roaring Fork. I mean, they have the Magic Cookie Bar, which I literally will just visit Whispering, or I will literally visit the resort just for this treat. So I mean, I've actually visited there just for it. But Whispering Canyon is where I'm going to go. It has the all you care to eat skillets. They are great whether you're having breakfast or you're having dinner or lunch. I mean, how can you go wrong with just all you can eat skillet of food? I mean, it's just fantastic. So again, I like when they bring you food. So and they're like, here, enjoy a tray of food. And then it's like the charcuterie. Give it a ding. Charcuterie of ideas. Here's a skillet of food. And I don't know. It's like,
my kind of charcuterie.
It's Mike Roman's kind of charcuterie. Yeah.
And it's more hearty.
Yes.
But I mean, the thing is about Whispering Canyon, it's all about the environment. I mean, you're sitting there right off the main lobby of Walt, which is one of the most amazing locales at Walt Disney World.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right, let's head over to Animal Kingdom Lodge. Of course, right now, Jumbo House is not open, but Kidani Village is. And we have basically, you got the lounge at Sanaa, you have Sanaa proper, you got the pool bar, and Kidani breakfast at Sanaa. So, yeah, it's Ricky. So, did I miss this? Sanaa serving breakfast, like sit down?
Yeah, well, they've been serving breakfast for a while, actually. I don't
miss that.
I don't know that it's sit down. Something tells me that it might be like counter servicey. Like it's definitely takeaway if I remember right. But they've had breakfast options there for a while. I mean, I'm talking like at least a year or two. So yeah, it's been a while. Yeah,
missed that.
Yeah.
All right, so Pam, what about that over there? I mean, Sanaa's your pick, right?
Yeah.
And you got the lounge kind of adjacent, so you can do either.
Yeah, and that's what I'm going to do. It's kind of challenging, I think, at some of the locations to rely so much on the restaurants there. The one thing I will say is if you're staying there, you are staying at a villa. So hopefully you either ordered some food in or you're getting some food down at the marketplace. They have sort of expanded marketplaces at the locations where you're staying at a deluxe villa resort. They have like more food options, frozen food options, cheese and ham and eggs and all kinds of stuff like that. So, but Sanaa, yeah. Sanaa.
Let me ask you a question about that. Okay, so whenever I go to a gift shop at a DVC resort and I wander back to the grocery section, why does everything look better at Disney? Like if I saw that at my burgers or my Schnucks at home, I walk past it. It's no big deal. But like if I see Entenmann's Donuts, for example, at Walt Disney World, oh God, this looks so good. And but I can get them at home like across the street.
I think I understand why. I get it. Because there's not so many choices that are bombarding you. Like when you go to the grocery store, I mean, there's, a ton of choices that just hit you and you're like, I've got, there's too much. But when you're at Walt Disney World, the choices are much more limited for their marketplace. So you actually really look at things and be like, those Entenmann's Donuts, those actually look really good today. So that's my take on that.
I'm always like, oh God, I need those.
I know. I don't eat them at home ever, but I need them right now. I'm on vacation. Yes.
I still remember the time that this was like back in the mid 2000s. Like it was our last day at Pop Century. We were on the dining plan. We didn't use our snacks. And those boxes of donuts counted as a snack.
Yes.
Like the big box that had like 10 donuts was a snack. Dude, we came home with so many donuts in that car. Remember, we were driving 15 hours, man. We were tearing those things up.
So much sugar high. Yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. It was such a good ride home.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Miss K, too, Kathleen, in the live chat from Vancouver says, send out breakfast more like counter service.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I thought.
All right. Of course, Beach Club will be the same options as Yacht Club. They share those. How about across the way over to the Boardwalk Villas? We have the Abracadabar, the Boardwalk Bakery, the Leaping Horse Libations, Pizza Window, and Trattoria al Forno, which is not character dining, but you got the food. All right, Pam, talk to us about the options over at the Boardwalk.
You do. So you can still do Trattoria. They still offer that great breakfast. There's some really unique choices over there. So make sure you check out the menus over at the Mouse for Less and look at those choices because they are, there's something different. It's not your every place, the same breakfast again and again. And I love that. They have those lemon ricotta pancakes that are just like little fluffy bits of yumminess. So they're good. They have heartier breakfast choices too. And the Boardwalk Bakery is actually a really good location too for a counter service meal. They have lots of good things to choose from, but they also have really spectacular desserts. So I'm talking like a case of desserts, and really good stuff. I like tiramisu and eclairs, and there's like a chocolate peanut butter cake usually. And of course they're going to have some kind of specialty cupcake. So lots of good choices there too. So 2 good locations there, I think.
All right, next let's head over to I almost said Olivia's. That's what I think of this resort. No, it's actually Old Key West.
That's its name, right? Olivia's,
the
right?
Place where Olivia's lives.
Yes, exactly.
It is the Olivia's Resort in my heart. But it is called Disney's Old Key West Resort. It's got Goods to Go, which is the little store where you can buy your DVC takeout stuff. You got the Gurgling Suitcase, which is the smallest little bar.
It is.
How it's even open, right?
Like, dude, if there's 4 people there, it's full. Yeah. I mean, no kidding.
It must have used to have been a closet, I think.
Yeah, probably.
But it's cool. I mean, it's got a great name. It's really
has
sweet.
Good memorabilia in it too.
Yeah, absolutely. But then you got Olivia's Cafe, of course. We've talked about Olivia many times. It just has comfort food. Just really great servers that have worked there for years. And you have the option of eating on the patio if you're willing to wait, which is beautiful. So not a lot to say there. Let's head over to the Polynesian Resort. You have the Barefoot Pool Bar, Captain Cook's, Kona Cafe, the Pineapple Lanai, and Tambu Lounge, newly reopened. Ricky, walk us through our options over at the Polynesian. What are your best bets?
It's all delicious. I mean, if you're going to want, a fancy drink, you definitely want to go to the Tambu Lounge. I think that, if you want a drink out of a pineapple, that's where you go. If you're looking for a great snack, of course, then you go to the Pineapple Lanai, which of course has Dole Whip and lots of different kinds of Dole Whip too. So not just, the pineapple, but they have lots of choices. And they usually have like a specialty one too for like, a special themed Dole Whip. Of course, one of our favorites is the Kona Cafe, which is still phenomenal. I recently ate there and had a wonderful lobster and it was lobster and shrimp, I think, mac and cheese. It was really good. It was actually on the appetizer menu, which, I was like, okay. And it was a huge portion on the appetizer menu. So I was very impressed with it. Now, of course, it's not like a lot of, meat in it, but it's still, I didn't have a problem with it, especially, with it being an appetizer size, which it wasn't. And then I got the pot stickers, which are also excellent. They have a lot of Asian inspired dishes. They have like a ramen bowl. They have, of course, sushi as well, which, everybody in my family loses their mind over except me. So, that's why we go there a lot of times, is because they have so many great types of sushi. And then you have my favorite, I think, besides everything pop, this is a close second as my favorite counter service restaurants in Walt Disney World for the resorts, and it's Captain Cook's. I'm going there for their nachos. They are the best nachos ever. I mean, really, seriously, they're so good. They're different kinds of chips, so it's kind of like a wonton chip and like a kettle homemade potato chip.
Yeah, they're almost like Charles chips back in the day.
Yeah.
My grandma, they're like Lay's chips or something.
Yeah, they're so good. It's got pulled pork on top, and then it's got a cheese sauce and pineapple, which I know doesn't sound really good, but trust me, it works really well on this. And this is just the best nachos. I seriously, again, this is another time where I will literally go to this resort just so I can go to Captain Cook's and get these. So, I mean, hands down, Captain Cook's is, like I said, I think it is. If it's not my favorite counter service at a resort, it's second. So yeah,
good.
So good. Yeah.
All right, so you nailed the Polynesian. Let's move over to the Riviera Resort. Here's your options right now over at the Riv. You got Bar Riva. Riva. Make sure I say it right.
Yeah, Riva.
It's not going to be pretty.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the names. Le Petit Cafe, Primo Piatto, and Topolino's Terrace. The flavor of the Riviera. Please note, characters will fly by at high speeds.
This is true.
I'm just kidding.
It's true.
All right, Pam, talk to us about dining options over at the Riv.
Again, all really solid options. The little cafe is really just a little cafe with coffee and a few little desserts from which to choose, but they're all good. They're yummy. Primo Piata is actually a great quick service location. They have a grab and go section. They also make these really yummy sugar cookies that are in the head of a Mickey head, and they have like an icing on it that has the characters sort of painted on it. They're really cute, great things, but they have some good stuff there. And of course, Topolino's is so yummy. It really is. It is the place to see the characters right now. So of course it's really busy, but again, it's a great place to dine and has fantastic views as you step out into that outdoor area.
And then our last resort that we haven't talked about, which not a lot of dining here, but you got Saratoga Springs. Really, Saratoga Springs has the most dining available because you have a quick walk over a bridge to Disney Springs, which we're not going to talk about today, but you have Artist Palette, you have On the Rocks Pool Bar, and the Paddock Grill. I've had the Paddock Grill a couple times, one time before we went golfing for breakfast, and it was solid. I mean, they good. Actually, it was a nice little food court, little quick service kind of place. I really enjoyed the options. There's a lot of stuff I'd eat in there. What about you, Pam? When you stay at Saratoga, dining under normal circumstances, or even right now, what do you think?
Yeah, so the Artist Palette is that one that's located in the main building, and they do have a lot of good things from which to choose. And the other options, are there too. When you're by the pool or something like that, they're going to have a limited menu, but still lots of good things to choose from. So I think wherever you are at Saratoga, grab the one that's closest to you and order something to eat there.
Or just walk over to Disney Springs.
Yeah.
And you got your hand.
Yeah, you have Earl and Wolfgang.
So many more better choices.
More better. Wow.
Yeah. I was going to say more and better, and then I forgot the word "and" in there. So it's just like, yep, more better. It's fine.
That happens. We've been podcasting
for
a while.
Yeah, fine. Yeah.
All right, well, that is going to do it for our best picks of everything that is open right now at the Walt Disney World Resorts. If you're headed down soon, maybe it'll just get you thinking about where you might want to dine outside of the theme parks. Of course, you have Disney Springs. We'll probably talk about that next Friday, though. We are going to break down each month of the year and give positives and negatives if you want to travel to Walt Disney World during that month of the year. So, a little future planning for next Friday, just get your brain. It's called a little pre-activation. Get you ready for next Friday's show. So we appreciate you listening to today's show. Don't forget, you can, check us out on the social media, Instagram and Twitter at BRGuestMike and at BRGuestPod. Please do search for the BRGuest Podcast on Facebook and YouTube and subscribe. And that way you'll get an alert every time we go live. And we record these live each and every time on video. So you can join us and get in on the chat and see all the raw video, which is all the in-between shows and all the fun stuff. Yep. So we'd like to have you over here. Of course, Mondays around 5:45 Eastern, we typically go live. And of course, this Sunday night again, we'll have another live call-in show. So join us at 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central on YouTube or Facebook and give us a call. We'll talk Disney with you here in just a couple of short days. Don't forget, today's show is brought to you by the great folks over at the Magic for Less Travel. When you're headed down to your next Disney destination, whether it's soon, maybe you want to go down for Thanksgiving, Christmas, just a nice, fall or winter escape, we can do that right now. Also 2021, a great time to plan that next trip. Just drop by the magicforless.com. Check out all the great trip planning tools right there on the site. And while you're there, fill out that free no obligation quote form and an agent will get back to you right away. So check them out today over at themagicforless.com. Also, don't forget, Prime Days are coming very soon. So if you do some shopping on Amazon, free way to support the show. Just click through beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon first. Shop till your heart's content, or at least until the credit card is smoking. And you'll support the show and you'll get lots of boxes at your house in 2 days. So please do that. Also, if you'd like a little extra content in your week, become a patron of the show. And a huge shout out to all of our patrons. Thank you so much for supporting the show. It means so much. You are letting us do all this podcasting. We appreciate it very much. If you would like to become a patron, check out all the great stuff you will get, including Mike in the Midwest, over at patreon.com/beourguestpodcast. All right, time to get out of here until we all get back together again on Sunday night for your live calls. We have Ricky, we have Pam, and I'm Mike, wishing you a great weekend. Whatever you do, stay safe, beat LSU, and we'll see you real soon. We're so bad this year. There's no way we're beating LSU.
Oh my goodness.
But that's like
And a sneeze I was holding on to.
Oh no.
Happens.
The allergy season.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I know.
It's not bad nowadays. You can't sneeze because people think you.
No, I know, right?
All right.
Yeah, I was walking around the lake and this guy was coming at me. I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna sneeze, I'm gonna sneeze, I'm gonna sneeze. Got to hold it. And I was like, holding my nose. I look like a crazy person. So I'm just holding my nose like it's burning. I'm like, I just got to get past them. So 2020 is so weird.
It is.
I know.
It's so weird.
Oh.
Yep.
All right, well, you guys have a good dinner.
All
I'll
right,
talk to you.
guys
Thank
too.
you.
All right.